Good morning and welcome to Mrs. Achari's Kindergarten Cabin for today's writing lesson. So as you guys know, we have been working on an opinion book where we give our opinion and tell what we think, and then we have to give reasons about why we feel that way so that our reader really listens to us. So we've already written a little bit of our book, so we're going to start out with what good writers do. And what good writers do is every time they go back to a book that they have been working on is they need to go back and reread what they already have to get their brain activated and ready to write some more. Okay, so first we're going to start with going back to reread. All right, so the title of our book is called Being Kind by Mrs. Achari, and yours probably says by and then your name. Okay, all right, so I'm going to go back and reread. Our first page says, I think people should be kind to make the world a better place. Okay, I think people should be kind to make the world a better place. So today, guys, our focus is going to be writing some more words. We already have pictures on the next page, and we're going to write the next page. We're going to write the words for the next page. So today what I'm going to talk to you guys about is the words that you use in an opinion book that when you get to first grade, you'll have to make sure that you remember that these words are super important when you switch to another page, and those are called transition words. So when you start out an opinion book, you usually start with these special words that we wrote. I think. Okay? So that's usually what you start an opinion book out, because you're telling your reader what you think, okay? So then when you switch the page, you have to let your reader know that you're moving to a different page. So you're going to use a different transition word. You want them to know that you're moving on to a different idea. So when we got to this page now, where we have somebody sharing with somebody who sat at the lunch table, okay, she's giving him a sticker. Our words are, one reason you should be kind is to make people happy. All right, so the special words we're using to let our reader know that we're starting a new page and we're giving them a reason now is the words one reason. And this is what our page is going to start out with, okay? And the word one is a number word, okay? And this is the transition words that we're going to be using. One reason. So these are the first two words that we'll be writing on our page, and these are called transition words. One reason. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and write this in your book, and I'm going to write it in ours, okay? So we're starting out with one reason. Okay, I want you guys to take one quick look. If you look at the word reason, it has a little word at the end, on, or ease on, reason, okay? And this is the word one. So go ahead and write that. I'm going to stick this down here so you can see it still. And I'm going to write it in our book. One reason. Okay, so that's our transition word for our new page. Okay, one reason. Okay, the next word. Oh, Mrs. Achari almost forgot. Good writers always go back and reread before they keep going. So let's go back and reread. One reason you. That's a snap word. Who remembers how to spell the word you? Can you spell that word? Think of it in your brain. What does the word you look like? If you were going to spell the word, what would that look like? Yes, you is Y-O-U-U. 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 That's a three-letter word, okay? Y-O-U. Y goes down into the basement, don't forget. O is a short letter, and U is a short letter or a small letter. Okay, so that's the word you. Okay, let's go ahead and go back and reread. One reason you should. Okay, we wrote should on the last page. So the only thing I'm going to ask you again is what sound you hear at the beginning. That is a digraph. Remember, it's two letters working together. Okay, so when we hear that shh sound, what two letters make up that sound? Good. That's like in the word ship. S, H, and then remember the rest of that word is kind of weird, so I'm just going to write it for you. Okay, so should. S-H-O-U-L-D. Don't forget when you write your D, it's a donut and a door. Okay, don't get it mixed up with B. I'll leave that right there for you, and I'm going to write it in our book. Shh. Okay. Give you a second to finish that. S-H-O-U-L-D. Okay. One reason you should be. Okay. Now remember, you guys, that be is in a word family. And if you know how to spell be, then you can spell all kinds of other words like we, she, he. Okay, so be, pretty simple word, right? B-E. B-E. It's B, so we're going to do a baseball bat and then the ball. Okay, so B goes out in the front like a belly, and E. B-E. Okay, that was pretty short, simple word, so we're going to go ahead and move on now quickly, okay? One reason you should be kind. Kind. Okay, there's 4 sounds in the word kind. K, I, n, d. And we've already written it twice in our book. Okay, so let's see if you can remember what those 4 sounds are. Do you guys remember the sound boxes that we used? I'm just going to draw some sound boxes on my board, and we're going to listen to the sounds we hear in kind. K. Okay, it's always tricky because k can be made by 2 different letters, okay? But in this word, it's K. K. I. N. Nigel, night owl. N. D. D. K. Kind. Okay, so D is a donut, remember? And then a door, okay? So that's the word kind. 4 different sounds. Kind. And in that word, it is actually a long I, right? Okay, so I. Oh, there's my dog barking. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a minute. I want you to get up and do some moving, okay? So get up and move around and try to get the wiggles out because we have a little bit more left to write on our sentence. So how about if you do this? Let's get up and do some exercising. Let's get up and do 20 high knees, 20 lunges. Do you know what a lunge is? It's when you bend your front leg and kneel down and then keep changing legs, okay? 20 high knees, 20 lunges, and how about 20 crunches? All right? High knees, lunges, crunches, go. All right, we're back, and my dog is still barking away. I was hoping that by the time we got back, he would have stopped, but he's not. So we're going to try our best to keep going. The reason he's barking is because the garbage man is here, and he is not being very kind to him when he's barking at him, is he? All right, so let's go back and reread. One reason you should be kind, what's the next word? Is. Ooh, the next two words are snap words. I'm going to see if you can write these both by yourself. Is to. So one reason you should be kind is to. Okay, those are two snap words. I'm going to write them on the board. I'm going to see if you can write them while I'm writing them. Okay, is. How do you spell the word is? Think of it in your brain. Is to. Ready? I'm going to show you and I want you to check. Is to. Those are two snap words that we know, huh? Is to. I always think about the word is. When we say it, it almost sounds like it's a Z, but it's an S. One of those tricky words. All right, let's go back and reread like good writers do. One reason you should be kind is to make. Okay, so make is in a word family that we have learned. It's in the ache family. Okay, so think about the word make. Okay, it has that pattern that we learned about with the sneaky E at the end. So there's a sneaky E that's making A say its name. Okay, so the first sound. A. K. Ache. And then we have our silent sneaky E at the end who's making the A say its name. Make. Very good. I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Make. Okay, once again, we need to do like good writers do and go back and reread. One reason you should be kind is to make people. Okay, guys, people, that's another word that has some strange letters in it that kind of makes it tricky. So I'm just going to have you start it out by yourself. What's the first letter you hear in the word people? Okay, so I want you to write that letter to start, and then I'm going to show you the rest of it, okay? So all of you should have Pee-wee penguin on your board, okay? And here is how you spell the rest of people. It's kind of a weird word. Okay, it's P-E, of course, because we hear the P-E, and then there's an O. What? Who did this? Okay, and then there's another P. That's the P-E-P. Oh. People. This is a first grade skill that you will be learning, but I'll just give you a quick hint of what's happening here. When you have two vowels that go walking together, so you have E and O that are walking together, you hear the first one. You don't hear the second one. So O is just like hanging out with E, not making any noise, okay? So that's why we hear the E there. People, okay? So that was just a quick explanation of why we only hear E in people and not O, okay? So write the word people. Okay, I'll give you a second to finish that up, okay? All right, so we have one last word, you guys. One reason you should be kind is to make people happy. Okay, all right, so I'm going to teach you a little strategy for the word happy, okay? So first what we're going to do to spell the word happy is we are going to count the syllables. So let's say each syllable. Hap-py. Okay, so there's two syllables in the word happy. And the first syllable is hap. So can we start out by just writing this first syllable, hap? App. Go ahead and try that. What three sounds do you hear? Ah. App. App. Okay, that's a word in the app family, huh? Okay, so I'm just going to show you so you can check Is this what you got for the first part of happy? App. App. Very good. So that's the first part. The second syllable in the word is P. Okay, so it's not only the letter P by itself. Okay, so happy does have two P's like this. But the second syllable has P-E. And what do you guys remember about what I taught you about letter? There's a letter that can be at the end of a word and it makes a sound that it wouldn't normally make. Do you guys remember what letter that is? Sometimes we call this letter a vowel because of this. Okay, yes, it's like in a friend of in our class's name, Lily. Lily has a Y at the end of her name, and so does the word happy. Okay, happy. So we have two syllables. You don't have to draw the line, but I want to show you where the syllables are. Happy. Okay. Y, that Y stealing other sounds, my goodness. Stealing the sound of E. Okay, kiddos, we finished another page of our book. Let's go back and reread like good readers should, or good writers should do every time they write a new word or new sentence. One reason you should be kind is to make people happy. All right. And if you would like to add some labels to the picture, think about what would be important to label, okay? So you might want to label the boy's feeling, okay? And then also the girl is giving him something, okay? So you might want to label what it is that she's giving him. But I know that your picture might be different than mine. So if there's something in your picture that you think is important to label, go ahead and do that, okay? All right, kiddos, I hope you guys all have a great day and good luck with your book. And we will continue on with our book next week. We have 2 more pages until we're finished. So we'll get those finished next week. I hope you have a good day.